Hey guys, welcome to Embrace Tai Chi, where we explore Tai Chi training and principles in a way that's useful for you. Today we're going to start a short series of videos on the Tai Chi Push. It's a technique in the Tai Chi form. It's the one where you build up your Chi power, and someone comes at you and you push them, send them soaring, flying across the room. Very impressive. And I've actually seen people who can do it. But what we're going to be looking at here is the internal principles, the biomechanics, and even some of the psychological things that we think about as we go through it. And it's important because the push shares a lot of the same principles with all the other techniques that we use within the form. So it's something we really want to take a good look at. Now, before we think about the Tai Chi push, let's see how a regular, everyday kind of push happens. And for that, I need my partner. Think of him as like a blackboard. I don't have a person here to train with, so we're just going to use him. Now, if him and I were to get into it, well, you looking at me? You looking at me? And I give him a push. Whoa, he pushes me back. And I push him, he pushes me back. Okay? And that's how street fighting, typical fighting goes. We're throwing our energy back and forth at one another, both of us trying to overpower the other one. Now, I'm having a hard time with him pushing me because his arms are really far apart, but let's say he's just using one arm, a one-arm push. If he pushes me and I want to go into the Tai Chi movement, I'm going to accept his push as it comes in, embrace it, embrace Tai Chi, and then I'm going to root. Once I've got my root, I'm strong downstairs. I can push against him, send him the other way. He comes in, 1, 2, pushing out. So this movement, like all of our Tai Chi movements, is going to start with our stance. The proper stance, the way it's typically taught, and we're going to change this in some of the other videos, just tweak it a little bit. But typically how it's taught is you've got your front foot pointed directly towards the other person, and your back foot is pointed off at about a 30-degree angle. Front knee is bent, back knee is bent as well, but not quite as much. This is typically called the bow stance. How far apart should your back foot be? The front foot is easy. You just point your toes towards wherever you're pushing. The back foot is you just imagine that you're about to give someone a hug where your hands normally would go. That's the way your back foot's going to go. On this side, front foot pointed towards my opponent. Going to give someone a hug. That's exactly where I want my toes to go. So as that person's push comes in, we're going to welcome it. Embrace as it comes in. Bring it in, accept it, kind of retreating with it, but we're not allowing them to push us backwards. We're using the stance to absorb their attack. Now, once we've got ourselves rooted, we're going to bring our weight to the front leg and push forward. Okay, now there's a book out there called the Harvard Medical School Guide to Tai Chi. A really, really good book written by Peter Wayne with Mark First. And in it, Dr. Peter Wayne, he talks about pouring. So as we move one leg forward, pouring is, he says that, we came from the ocean as human beings. As we came out and evolved, we brought some of that ocean with us. So within our skin, underneath, we're 70% water. A lot of salt, a lot of the things that you would find in the ocean are actually within our own body. And what he likes to say is that you're going to pour that internal ocean. We're kind of like aquariums, just walking around. Okay, we're bringing our own ocean with us. And he says that what you want to do is once you're in the stance, you want to pour that ocean into the front leg, pouring in. Just think of that water pouring in. And now as we withdraw, we're going to pour that water to the back leg, pouring forward. And pouring back, pouring forward and back. That's worth practicing. So you're here. Why don't we try it together? If you haven't done it before, it's a nice mental exercise. And if you're brand new to Tai Chi, this is vital. So same thing. We're going to ignore the hands for now. So we're just going to hold them across our body and pour forward, pour back. Forward and back, Imagining all the liquid in your body pouring completely into the front leg, all of it pouring into the back leg. Oh, one more time forward, and one more time back. Let's switch feet, try the other side just to get the feel of it. Pouring forward, pouring back, pouring forward, pouring back, pouring forward, and pouring back. And as I pour forward, I want all the weight to go on that front leg, so the back leg becomes very light, as though it could float up. And as I float to the back leg, the front leg comes up. Pouring forward, back leg floats. Pouring back, front leg floats. Don't do that when you're actually doing the form, okay? It doesn't need to float up, but we want that feeling. And we can switch legs and do the same. Pouring forward so that that back leg feels completely weightless. Pouring backwards, front leg, completely weightless. Back and forth. Another thing that might be fun is if you've got a young child, baby, and you gotta wait, you wake up in the middle of the night, you gotta rock them to sleep, okay? Perfect time to practice your Tai Chi. Hold that child, hold the baby. Oh, let yourself pull forward, let yourself pour back. Forward, back, forward, and back. And if you're not lucky enough to have a child waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning that you can rock to sleep, you can still imagine that, okay? Because that's what gets more Tai Chi than rocking a baby to sleep. Okay, as we do our move, rocking the baby forward, bringing the baby back, rocking the baby forward, rocking them back. And actually, if you do have a child, you're going to find that this is much, usually, sometimes you got to bounce them and stuff, but this is just a nice, easy, smooth movement, okay? Moving forward and back, forward and back. Pouring your weight back and forth. Pouring your internal energies, that internal ocean, as Peter Wayne likes to call it. And now that we have an idea of which way we want our feet to go and how we're going to be moving our legs and our lower body, we also want to start thinking about our hands. Now, earlier when I was fighting with my opponent here, I was really extending out, pushing those arms all the way out. And, just for fun, let's do it a little wrong to start with. Let's start back with how we were going before. Foot pointed forward, big hug out, back leg following that same side arm. And as we come up now, we want to push. So we're going to bring our hands up, push out. 2, we're going to do 10 on each side. 3, now keep your legs moving properly as before. 4, 5, big push. 6, all the way out. 7, 8, pushing out. 9, gathering all that chi, push it, whoa, throw them across the room, and 10. Let's go over to the other side, same thing, we've got that foot pointed forward, other hand out. We are pouring back and forth, but now we're going to take our arm and push them. Push them. Push them. Let's go. 4, oh, this is a workout. 5, 6, 7, woo, throwing them around. 8, 9, big chi push. 10, okay, real quick. How do your arms feel? Now, you may be in fantastic shape and you're just like, oh yeah, I feel great. But do they feel relaxed? You've been bringing them up. We've got our elbows all the way out. We're using a lot of this shoulder muscle here. And that's not Tai Chi. You certainly wouldn't want to be rocking the baby like this, okay? Hold the kid up and moving them. Your arms would be dead by the end, by 5 minutes into it. We don't want to do that in Tai Chi either. So, as we come through and we put our feet in the proper position, we want to keep our elbows in, close to our body. And we want to move back, keeping those elbows in, and just lightly bring out. Now your hands are either going to make an oval motion this way or an oval motion this way. And honestly, it's not even really an oval motion. It turns out being that way, but that's because our bodies are moving. Actually, all you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands down to up or up to down. Okay, we're just moving our arms like this. We're just using our biceps and triceps a little bit here, as little as possible, because Tai Chi people are lazy, you know? So we're going to come back and push forward. You're just doing this. You're just doing this, but you're rocking back and forth as we were before. So pouring back, pouring forward, pouring back, pouring forward, pouring back, pouring forward. Let those hands drop, bring them up. Hands drop, bring them up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Out. In. Two more out. In. One more out. One more in. Come over to the other side. We want to make sure we're getting both sides here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pour forward as we go out. Breathe in. Pour back. Pour out. Pour in. Pour out. Pour in. Pour out. Pour in. Pour out. Pour in. And real quick, how do your arms feel compared to how we just did it a few minutes ago? This is much easier. You can do this all day long. Okay? So we want to keep those arms going. Now, as well as going down this way, sometimes when you're pushing an opponent, you want to uproot them. Okay? So that's just going back the other way. Remember I said your hands could come up or they could go down. So if my hands are coming up, I'm going to start from a low position and bring them up. As I breathe in, push out, breathe out, pouring forward. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Let's try the other way. Before we were going this way, and now we're coming this way. In and out, in and out, in and out. Breathing in, pouring out, pouring in, breathing out. Nice and easy, much more relaxed. See, as we start to get into it, we start to just naturally slow down with it. Once you've got control of your opponent, you no longer need to do these jerky movements. You can kind of relax. You got them. And we're still going to give them a shove, but we can slow it down. So we have a basic principle and a basic movement here that we're getting through, and we're feeling a little more power with it. We're feeling a little more relaxed. Our shoulders are relaxed. Our hips are relaxing as we're moving back and forth. In some of the other videos I've got, we've talked about clearing the meridians. When you just want to get rid of all that stress, all the problems, the concerns, the issues, the things that are bothering you, the things that are distracting you. You kind of want to get rid of them, and that's what Tai Chi is famous for. So let's do a little bit of that. Let's just imagine that as we're in our movement, we can put one leg forward, the other leg back, same positioning, but this time, let's take right from our heart, right from our center, right here, our chest. All those things, all those emotional problems that we've got. Anger, fear, worry, stuff that we're worried about, stuff that we're bothered by, things that emotionally bother us. And we're just going to bring in, as we pour forward, let them go. Bring them in. Let them go. Oh, now's a good time to slow it down. Bring them in. Find those things that are bothering you. Just release them. Find them. Release them. Find them. Release them. We're going to come to the other side. This time we're going to go to those mental problems we've got. Things that we've got to figure out. Oh man, things are looking rough at work. I've got a problem, a deadline I've got to make. How am I going to do that? I've got to figure out, the logistics of all that. Oh, how am I going to get the kids to school? What do I need to buy on the grocery list? Whatever problem, mental problems we've got. We're going to kind of do the same thing this time. Pointing towards our opponent, the way we're going to throw it, 30 degree. Brain comes in, whatever ideas, things we've got to consider. Let's just let them go for now. We can get back to them later. But let's focus on our Tai Chi for now. All those mental problems, let them dissipate. Push them away. Let them go. We'll figure it out. We got it. Let's give our body, our mind a chance to rest. Push away. Pour into that back foot. Bring those hands up. Pour into the front foot. Push away. Push away. Find those issues, those problems, those concerns. Let them go. Find those distractions. Let them go. And now we've done from our heart, we've done from our head. Let's just do a few from our center. Those are past regrets, any kind of things that we feel in our gut, you know, when you're not even sure. You wake up some days, you're just feeling crummy, or you're just feeling stressed, or you're just feeling off, you don't know why. That's the belly talking to you. So we're going to do the same thing. Foot straight, back. We're going to pour back. Find those things that just feel off. Let them go. Let it out there. Let it go. Let it go. Now remember, at the beginning, I talked about a Tai Chi master who can just build their chi up and send the person flying. And if you look on the internet, you'll find videos of people who seem to be doing that. Like I said, very impressive. Throwing a person around is one thing. Finding those issues, those concerns, those problems. Oh, and in this case, any sort of physical problems you've got. For me, it's the arthritis in that knee. I can find that too. I can find that right here. All your bodily problems, aches, pains. Let those go. Throw those across the room. That's what really needs to be thrown away. Knee arthritis pain, be gone. Throw it away. Breathe in. Find those issues. Pour into the front leg. Let it go. 2 more. Find it. Let it go. Bring it up. Push it out. Okay. Well, that's our basic understanding of the Tai Chi Push, the Tai Chi Push technique. We're going to do a few more videos and build on that. So if you're familiar with Tai Chi, this is kind of going through the basics, but I want to give you an idea of where I'm at, kind of put us on the same page. If you're new to Tai Chi, definitely practice this. If this is something similar to what you've been doing, continue doing that. And then in the next video, we're going to try to tweak this technique a little bit more and see if we can see it from some different angles. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for training.